Assalamu alaikum guys, I welcome you to the official channel of Lead Advisor. In today's video I'm going to talk about Ielts Speaking, in which we have three sections. In the first section we normally have a conversation in which they ask you questions regarding your daily life. For example, they can ask you about your habits, your routines, how you travel, what kind of books you read, and even they can ask you how often do you see mirror, or how often do you eat this or that dish. Okay, so this type of questions they ask you in very first section. So first section normally lasts for 4 to 5 minutes, and they ask you maybe 8 to 10 questions. So it is very generic type of type in which you are not supposed to use highly qualified or academic language. Just you have to convey your message as effectively as possible, so that you can convince the examiner that you know how to use language effectively. And it is all about the candidate, and it is not about something that is specific like science or technology. As for the second part is concerned, in which the examiner gives you 1 minute to prepare a topic, and after that you're supposed to speak on that topic for 2 minutes, and that is going to be a very simple topic. That can be, for example, who did impress you in your life, or they can ask you, tell us a rule that has affected you or impacted you in your life. And you're supposed to take the notes for 1 minute, and after that you are supposed to speak on that for 2 minutes, in which they check how fluently, how coherently you speak, and after that they might ask you one question at the end. So this part of speaking lasts for 3 to 3.10 minutes. And the third part, which is considered to be a bit tricky, which is considered to be very qualified or highly academic, or maybe highly advanced, and they ask you about your opinions. They might ask you about your opinions, whether you agree with something or disagree with something. They might ask you about your suggestions, your point of view. This part normally lasts for 3 to 5 minutes, and it is considered to be a little bit academic, and you are supposed to talk about not about yourself, rather you should talk about in general. You should cover the big canvas, the big domain of conversation, so that you can impress the examiner that you know how to talk about any topic without any problem. In speaking, normally they judge your speaking on 4 main criteria. Number 1 is your fluency. Fluency doesn't mean that you know how fast you speak, rather it means that how effectively, how easily you can use language. For example, we have 2 types of hesitations. One is language-based hesitation, and second one is called content-based hesitation. As for language-based hesitation, means that you struggle to find an appropriate word, phrase, and sentence. That's a bit difficult for the candidate to get 7 or 7.5 band score. As for the content-based hesitation is concerned, that is normally considered something that is positive, because whenever we speak in our native language, we struggle a little bit for the content, and that is encouraged. That is considered something very natural. But as for the language-based hesitation is concerned, that is discouraged in Ielts, because when you hesitate for the language, it means that you need to practice, you need to learn, and you need to use the language effectively. The second thing is pronunciation. By pronunciation means that you should use language effectively, you should speak, and you should be understandable for the listeners. It doesn't mean that you should use any accent like British or American. Rather you should speak so that you can be understood very easily by the listeners. The third thing, which is very important, that is lexical resource, means vocabulary. You shouldn't use only intermediate type vocabulary or elementary type vocabulary. You should use a variety of vocabulary that should fall in the category of advanced, or you should use the language that can be used in different situations, or to convey the complicated ideas very easily. The fourth thing is grammatical range. The grammatical range means you should not use only simple sentences. Rather, you should use simple compound, complex compound sentences. So these bunch of sentences will go together so that you can express ideas, thoughts, opinion very easily, and you can get the required band score. Thank you very much.